Thank you. And welcome to the studio audience, to those of you listening at home, to the viewers on YouTube, and otherwise. Welcome to What the Podcast. I'm Ryan.
And I'm John.
And together we are...
Ryan and John.
Cheers.
Clink.
Rocking a classic water today.
Yeah, what's with that? You're off the coffee train or what?
I already had a coffee this morning. I'm all coffeeed up.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you feeling okay?
I'm feeling great, man.
I've never seen you not drink coffee when you come to my house.
I had a pretty sweet and strong coffee this morning.
What, did you make it yourself?
Okay, here's tea.
Oh, okay.
Insider baseball.
Okay.
Which we found out this week is a phrase.
It is.
And not a TV show.
Yeah, it is a phrase.
Yeah, it's a phrase.
You got...
Annie, with her full chest, said, do you want me to say it or do you want to own up to it?
Okay, you were both wrong.
Yeah.
I thought the phrase was inside of baseball. Inside of insider baseball.
Inside of baseball.
And then Ryan thought it was a TV show.
I thought Insider Baseball was like a show. For some reason, I thought it was a show.
No,
it
it's
probably
not.
is a show.
Okay, I looked
just
it
a
up. It's
phrase.
not. It's just a phrase. But for some reason, I thought when you start talking Insider Baseball, it's because
It's the same phrase as
it's
insider
maybe
trading.
as if, no,
Insider baseball.
no.
Right?
No, it's not. But that's not the point. On the couch, as always, Cara Tafolla, my lovely wife. Thank you for being here in my life. That rhymed. And joining us again this week is the lovely Annie the Skovmand.
I'll be making my final appearance on What the Podcast this episode.
Always fresh, never frozen. Annie spilled coffee all over herself just before we started.
Hey, I was covering it up.
You can't crash out without explaining it. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, I crash out all the time.
What are
It
you
has
drinking
nothing
over
to
there?
do
What
with
kind
it.
of coffee are you drinking over there?
I made myself a little, I don't know. You had some white powder next to your coffee machine.
Hey,
Coconut
yo.
butter.
Oh, I sent it. I was like, smells good. Threw it in.
You just-
could have been detergent, honestly.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Maybe it was like espresso machine cleaner or
What
something.
if it was like colostrum or something?
Oh, you didn't think about that. Maybe it was like
Full send.
I had to put a label on
Full
it. It's
send.
coconut powder. It's Jordan's new thing.
I figured it was either that or like vanilla powder or something.
You
I was
probably
like,
you couldn't tell off the smell?
no.
Huh.
coconut powder, huh? Is that like dried, crushed up coconut?
Sure, yeah. I'm sure. That sounds right.
Interesting.
Tastes good.
John, I've been in the LHC test kitchen for
Yes.
weeks.
Yes,
That's
and this
Little
is
House
why
Coffee.
this is the sweet strong coffee you're talking about.
I had I don't even know if I should say this. Nobody's going to see this. Pistachio cardamom latte.
What is cardamom?
Great question. It is a spice that's sweeping the nation in terms
Oh.
of coffee shops.
Okay.
Cardamom's like an Indian chai spice.
Love.
One of the in that kind of flavor profile.
That makes sense.
It's a spice made from the dried seeds of plants in the ginger family.
Oh, I get that. I get ginger. Okay.
There's green
They're
cardamom,
like these little pods. That you
black
crush up.
cardamom,
And you're
or
getting
white.
them, you're getting them whole, and you're actually grinding them.
I am.
Wow.
I am.
So
Cheaper
what was
that
it-
way,
what was
actually.
the first syrup? You said it was, or the first flavor
Pistachio.
was pistachio cardamom. Okay, that can do that.
Because I got this like pistachio cardamom spread from our friend's pop up recently. Our friend Delaney that has that dry goods pop up. I don't know if that was on your radar.
Yeah, I saw that.
It really inspired me, and I've been having cardamom buns
Ooh.
at various places. It's
You
like a
can
baked
taste
good.
cardamom.
Cardamom.
I'd say it's the cardamom
Cardamom in like chais.
chai.
Sure, yeah.
yeah, absolutely.
Makes sense. And so was it too sweet for you?
No, it was great. It was just really like intense flavor. I don't know how to describe it. But I'm coffeeed up is the point.
Okay,
And
nice,
sometimes you just
nice.
need like some pebble ice and some water.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, 5-minute preamble on what I'm drinking. But that's beside the point. John, I want to know what's on your radar right now.
What's on my radar?
Yeah, what's inspiring you? What's taking up your headspace?
That's a good question. That's a great question. Honestly, I don't know. I'll be real. The Padres have been sucking lately.
Yeah, and that kind of
That is taking up some of my headspace.
when we're in
negative
baseball
way.
season, that is like your whole. It sets the tone for the rest of your day.
It really does.
Yeah.
And that's in a very toxic kind of way.
And do you know how I know this? Is
What?
because we a couple weeks ago, last week, were at Cara's show, the prom.
Yep.
And you were having a great time. We were having like intermission. You were like, "I'm loving this show. Cara's doing a great job."
Well, I stand by that,
which
but
is true. Which is all true, and I know
Yes.
that's how you felt about it.
Yes.
The show ended, and we walked out of the show, and you said, "The Padres lost." And I was like, "Oh shoot, dang!" Like blew a huge lead, and I turned around like 360 degrees, and I look back, and you're gone, and you were absolutely like a puff of smoke. Like, I was like, "Where is John?" John's like,
It really does
mourning
affect.
privately at home.
It
I know,
really does
I know.
affect me. I don't know why. I hate that it does, but something about like in the opposite, in the inverse way, it's so strong too. Where it's like if they win,
Better than any drug.
if they win, I'm like,
Yeah. You're like,
whatever.
"What are we doing tonight,
let's go
Yeah.
out. Come on, you know what I'm saying,
guys? I'm buying shots."
But that's I think I've told you this. That's why when I was
You
know,
kinda
a
gave it
kid,
up.
I gave it up because I got so passionate about it. I was like, I can't concern myself with this anymore.
with such things.
Because I'm just like
Such worldly pleasures.
It literally grind. I mean, back when I was a kid, they were terrible.
Yeah,
you know, they
for
were
sure.
even worse. Now they're good for sure. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I mean, so I guess that's been a little bit taking up my head space. But you know what I'll say. Last night, I played in a ping pong tournament.
Wow.
That was, I forgot how much I love ping pong. You know?
Now, just run it by me. What does the tournament look like? Is that like a bracket system,
bracket
or was it
system.
just like we're playing games? We're
Where
playing
did
games.
you play in this tournament?
Well, so the young adults at group at our church put it together. I put it together, to be fair, but
Okay.
it was just a bracket. We had 3 tables at the church and plenty of paddles, plenty of all the stuff, and people teamed up in teams of 2, which I thought doubles was standard with ping pong, but they were all like, "We're playing doubles." I'm like,
Yeah, you guys ever played
what?
ping pong before?
Like,
what do you mean?
we're gonna play. We're gonna.
You
sit here
guys
and
usually play doubles?
Yeah, that's how I
If you
play.
have the people,
Yeah.
usually nobody wants to play ping pong with me.
Yeah.
It's usually me and my niece.
So I'm like, and it's like because we had
You have a ping pong table?
Yeah, my parents do.
I love ping pong. What are we doing? What are we doing? Hanging out, just sitting, chatting.
Wait, that's not how the show ends.
Annie once wanted to buy a ping pong table.
Yes.
which I feel that I've supported.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. My parents have one, so we should just roll it down here and we can play down
Okay, so
Yes.
you've got doubles going,
here.
bracket
it's so
style.
fun. I just love ping pong. Like the energy is so fun. And there's always in every ping pong game there's always one moment you're like, that was crazy. You know, like one time one of the guys served it and it like perfectly hit the corner, the edge of the table and just bounced to the left. Like there's no way you were gonna get that ball. And I was just like, that's magic right there.
Yeah.
You know?
Annie, here's how I know that you didn't know this. Because you don't hang out with us on 4th of July. And on 4th of July, the Tafoyas be playing ping pong.
I was
Like-
at your house on 4th of July last year.
No, you weren't. I don't think so.
Yes, I was. Because remember, I drowned your niece?
You drowned her?
The infamous, she tried to drown me.
No, that was movie. That was
was-
movie.
no.
That was
it was
pool movie
4th
night, wasn't it?
No,
movie.
it wasn't. It was 4th of July.
We weren't playing ping pong last year?
No, we were playing beer pong.
Well, that's true, too. We'd also be playing beer pong.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like that's always been a thing. We'd be playing ping pong.
But the best was I showed up with this big
Custom
like,
paddle.
box of Albright Entertainment ping pong balls
Awesome.
God,
from college. You
Yes.
know, and from lip sync, and they're like, "Why do you have so many ping pong balls?"
You're like, I'm glad you brought that up.
And I told
this summer.
some of them know.
July
And I told them, I
18th.
was like, "Yeah, it's from the It was super fun, but yeah, I really like ping pong. I don't know why, I just do.
Can I play on the next tournament?
Yeah, 100%. Let's do it.
All right.
Let's
I'm
do
in.
it. Let's do a Red Cuppers tournament. That'd be fun.
Oh, I'd be down. I mean, that would be fairly short-lived because, we do beer pong tournaments.
Yes.
At the Penning's house. And those are like, play a few rounds and then it's kind of done.
But you know what I was thinking? It's
fun for about 15 minutes.
I put it on Facebook Marketplace and I was trying to find another table just for like $50. I can go like in Santee. I can just go get it and,
Sure.
and bring it, right? And I found multiple instances of people selling ping pong tables, but with a training machine attached to one end. So it shoots
Okay.
the ping pong ball out of like a little machine randomly, and then you hit it back, and it's got a big net on the other side, and it catches it, and then it just keeps, and you can take like ping pong reps. And
Oh,
was
I
like-
love that.
it's like tennis.
I was like, Is there like a ping pong culture here in San Diego?
You guys,
You
just really quick. I just put water all over myself. You can go back in the tapes and see that.
Oh no.
Look at what's happening on my shirt. Because
that
this is a
water?
100% silk shirt.
Is it?
So the water is a little bubble.
Whoa. I thought it was an ice cube.
No. Did you hear that? in my
What
throat?
was that? Was it? You know what's funny is I just did the same thing.
I'm
drinking
having
water.
problems over here.
Oh.
But this is fun.
Just stand
Maybe I
up.
can-
Just stand up. Throw it on the floor.
Hold on.
Okay.
That is crazy. That's like that commercial.
It's
Cara,
hydrophobic.
easy
Careful,
there.
careful,
Easy
careful.
there.
Careful.
This is a
Aww.
piece of ice.
All right.
Hydrophobic shirt.
Hydrophobic shirt. That's right.
100% silk. The water beads be
Cara,
beaten.
you got any ping pong stories over there? What does ping pong
Be part
make
of
you
it.
think of?
No, I hate ping pong.
Okay, heard.
I don't
I
like
think
ping
it
pong.
would be really funny.
There is a small group of people that like just absolutely hate ping pong in my life. Like
Who?
it's like
The
my
Caras
si-
of the
my-
world.
My sister-in-law hates ping pong.
Oh.
I
My
just
mom,
don't like it.
my mom for
Amanda
like
hates ping pong.
yeah, for like a hot second. So I brought these paddles because my mom for like a couple years in a row I think it was a couple years in a row we were doing a ping pong tournament for Mother's Day because
Sure.
my mom was like just liked it that the family got together, we're all around the table,
It's an event.
we're hanging out. You know, I don't know that she like, loves ping pong, but just like that idea of it. So my sister got these ping pong paddles made for every member of the family, and it has like the most embarrassing photo of you at the time on the backside. They're custom.
Oh, that's why.
And so we like, and then like, then one year, Amanda's like, yeah, I hate ping pong, and we just stopped doing it. So I'm like, we haven't done it in years.
Got to
I'm
be
like,
careful because I mean,
I'm like, I love ping pong. I really enjoy it.
you gave her the power with that one. You got to
Yeah,
just bring it
well.
back in full stride next year.
Yeah, in big numbers.
I was
I'll
gonna
bring
say
everybody.
it'd be really funny if we all got really good at ping pong,
Mhm.
and then like started rolling like as a foursome. Like, oh yeah, we just like, you know, we play ping pong. That's what we do.
I would rather
Yes.
pickleball.
Pickleball,
I would rather
huh?
giant,
Because
That's
what I
giant
also-
ping pong.
Pickleball's in the spotlight right now.
Sure.
It's having a
But
moment.
do you want to be like the rest of the world?
Ping pong
You
is
know what I'm saying?
forever. I feel.
Like ping pong is
No,
just a
ping pong
classic.
though, I feel like my body just gets bored.
In 10 years, pickleball will be a little tiny blip on the
A
map.
blip on the radar. You remember
pong?
when Forrest Gump was playing ping pong? Remember that? Forrest Gump.
No, I don't remember that.
You never saw that movie?
It's the like ping pong championships.
Oh.
Oh
yeah.
man, you're not hip to Forrest Gump.
I've seen it before, but
My
I wasn't
man.
really watching it.
You got to watch Forrest Gump.
Okay, I'll watch it
That
again.
movie will change your life. I'm not exaggerating. That's one of the greats.
Really?
Top 10 easily.
Wow, you're passionate about it.
Something so funny is I was watching this interview, unrelated, of the Man versus Food guy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? The Man
Mhm.
versus Food guy. And he was like talking about all the craziest stuff he'd eaten. And he was like, yeah, I was in Alaska and I was like sitting in this diner, like eating this like salmon and rice. And like there was this crazy food challenge they had. And he was like, where do you guys get the salmon? And this old guy like opened the window and was like pointing at this boat. And he goes, that boat right there. And he goes, wow, and where do you get the shrimp? And he like opens the other window and points out at the boat, another boat. And he goes, that boat right there. And he was like, just telling the story of he was in Alaska, but it stuck with me because he goes, yeah, and they had this homemade mustard, top 4 mustards, lifetime. and just the way he said it was perfect. Top 4 mustards, lifetime.
So is that a top 4 movie lifetime for you?
Probably top 10 lifetime.
Okay.
It's definitely top 4 mustard lifetime for sure.
4. That's just a weird number too.
I know.
4.
Like, he's eaten so much food, but he has a top 4 mustards
A top 4
lifetime.
traditionally would be either 5 or 10, or you know,
Top 10, top 5 mustards lifetime. Top 4 mustards lifetime.
4. Wow.
So it wasn't number 1 and it wasn't number 2 and it probably wasn't number 3, but like
it was 4.
it was top 4.
Top 4. Yeah.
It's among the great mustards
That is so funny.
that Man versus Food guy
Top 4.
has eaten.
That guy is so funny. Have you heard him talk about how the show got created?
No.
He like basically did it. He just was like a part of Food Network. Like it wasn't like he wasn't a competitive eater or anything like that. He just like was in the network and they wanted to do the show and he's like, yeah, I'll do it. And he just
Dang.
like became, you know, he kind of got better as he went about it because it's like big challenges, right?
Yeah.
Crazy, wild.
He eats like the big plate of whatever. And he travels the country because everybody be doing something like that. Big plate of fries, like 2 giant cheeseburgers, and mashed potatoes, and like a cherry pie, and you got to eat it all in an hour.
Mashed potatoes and cherry pie.
Yeah, you know, it's all like diner food. Yeah.
And a whole cherry pie. Yeah.
Did you ever do one of those?
Have I? No.
There's this place in PB that does it's like a bowl of pho, and it's this big. And if you eat it in like 45 minutes or something,
like 45, 30.
you get your picture on the wall. You get
How
money.
hot does it come? Because the hard thing would be temperature for me.
You have to. It's probably they set the time so that it stays hot the whole time.
Oh, really?
I would imagine.
the 45 minutes,
I don't know. They're like, you got to eat this pho. You can't wait,
You're
and then just
burning. You know?
the last 30 seconds of the challenge, you drink the whole thing.
Ugh. Yeah, I don't know. I've been thinking about that actually. Weirdly, I've been seeing a lot of food challenges on TikTok, and I'm like, would I participate in a food challenge of that size? And I don't know.
If there was a food challenge of Ponset, I could do it.
Okay.
How much ponza do you think you get? If it was like, I
Like a
mean,
big
it's
A
always
bowl.
it's like a pizza tray.
Yeah.
It's always like
I could do
eat
that
all
much
of
of
this
Ponset. Easy.
in an hour.
Easy.
I don't know. It's one of those
fine.
things that
Something about rice noodles
that builds
is
up.
just like,
you know,
it's so much
ponza, right?
easier
It's
to
like
eat.
those Filipino, like
Yeah,
really thin noodles.
That's why
I already eat an entire to-go container from the farmer's market.
That's
of that.
why there isn't a challenge for that. Because it sounds like it's
It's
relatively.
it's always like big heavy foods,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
smothered in gravy. It's always something like that.
Would you do, Annie? Would you do a food challenge?
No. I think the pride in me would say yes.
Yeah, I'm right there with
But
you.
then I feel like I've come to this point in my life where if I can avoid ever feeling crappy, I'm going to avoid it.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no food challenge in the world that I see myself at the end being like, oh, okay, guys, let's keep going.
Worth it.
What's next? I'd be
That is
doubled
true.
over in a toilet. Like,
I'm going to ask you after we eat what you said we should eat for lunch today.
Oh,
How you
that's
well,
true.
now that John's not going, we're not going that.
Thank God.
What was
We're
it?
not doing
Chili's.
that.
We were
It's
going to
Chili's.
Chili's.
Thank God.
We're not going to go without you.
Chili's.
You love Chili's.
Baby back rib.
See,
I love it.
he can't help himself.
I got my baby back. I got my. There goes
The
our
mozzarella
copyright.
sticks, though, they've really come to shine.
Did
in
you
the
see?
last 5
Because we
years.
can't do the 4-way cheese pull without John.
That's true.
How did
You have
we
time
done
for
that?
Chili's, surely. You have time for Chili's.
No, he's got things to do.
Call
today.
work.
What,
Cancel.
okay, if
Call
Chili's,
work.
what do you
Cancel.
think Chili's food challenge would be? Like,
It'd be like eat
Like,
50
It'd be like
mozzarella sticks.
It'd be like 4 servings of a triple dipper.
Yeah. 4 triple dipper.
No.
A triple dipper. I don't know if I could
a
do
triple,
2 triple dippers.
triple dipper.
It's not
Oh
that.
my! It's everything that are all the options
It's
of your
honey,
triple dipper.
Guys, it's
Honey,
a
whatever.
simple cost analysis.
Crispers.
Okay, I have a couple
How-
San Diego ones.
How like prestigious is it versus how much food it is? Because there is like, if you get a plaque on the wall, if we could go in and get our picture on the wall at Chili's,
Yeah.
and it says like the Chili's Chili Master or something, and you get, what if you get like a lifetime
The
gift
Chili's
card?
Chili Master is my
No, what you would
favorite.
get is a lifetime like free chips and salsa.
You get free chips and salsa for the
Love
rest
it.
of your life.
Which I already get.
Are you kidding me? Oh, yeah, that's true. Okay, free triple dippers.
How do you already-
one a
Oh,
month?
no, that's different.
One
Free
a month
triple
for the rest of
dippers.
your life. You,
How
after
do you
eating
already
a
get
bunch
that,
of them, you
Kara?
probably
You probably want to vomit.
What?
you got to be a Chili member.
How do you already get that? You remember?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You sign up, and if you go to Chili's enough, you get free.
Give me some of the San Diego food.
And we'll see which ones we
things
can sign
do.
up for.
Shakespeare's Pub has one.
Oh,
You
okay.
eat an entire breaded fish fillet and 2 pounds of fries.
God, no.
Wait. An entire fish fillet breaded
Like half a fish.
and 2 pounds of fries is so much fries.
Broken Yolk has the Iron Man challenge, a loaded 12
I've
egg
seen that.
omelet and home fries.
Mm-hmm.
12 eggs.
What's it loaded with?
Probably cheese and bacon or something.
All right. No,
I feel like 12.
pass.
I don't know.
I feel like 12
Brooklyn
eggs is
Boys.
nice.
There is always bacon, right?
Brooklyn Boys Pizza has a 5-pound pizza challenge.
Oh, love.
5-pound pizza.
I do think pizza is the one thing I could really house.
Could you
in a
measure it
scenario.
in pounds? Do you measure pizza in pounds?
Well, you weigh it.
How much is one slice of pizza weigh?
Well, they weigh it.
Like
when
how many
you-
slices
When
is
they
that?
make pizza at places, they weigh the dough
They
before
just
they
add
cook
it all. They add. It's
Sure,
one
but
pizza,
they
they
never
add all
tell
these
me how
toppings.
big the slices are. Is that like a
They
half pound
never-
slice?
I
What
think
if you measured your food instead of like counting calories. You're like, well, I only had 4 pounds of food today.
What's the units? I mean, when you have a half-pound cheeseburger, that's something I can
What's
understand.
the units?
What's the units of pizza?
I think it's one big pizza that they add a ton of toppings to make
it heavy.
5
pounds of
So
bacon.
it's not like you're not eating like 20 slices. You're eating probably whole pizza slices, but like whole pizza worth. Of
So the
slices.
units change when we turn it into
unit
okay.
increases.
The unit changes.
significantly.
It hurts. What else we got? Is that it?
There's not very many. There's a couple sushi places.
I think the pizza one I could get into.
This says Yakidori has a finish a bowl of ramen in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
2
One.
minutes.
In 2 minutes.
Finish a whole bowl.
Funky
of ramen.
Fries and Burgers has one.
What?
Oh, Funky Fries.
World Curry and PB has a fall challenge.
World Curry and PB just.
So I think with the
closed.
pho challenge, it's like you just gotta delay. As soon as they bring the bowl up, like, oh, I had to go to the bathroom real quick, and like let the thing cool down.
Do you guys remember the Even Stevens episode with the food challenge?
Yes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
It was a cheeseburger, and Lewis, not Lois, that's Family Guy. Different episode. Lewis and his friend, Tweety.
Tweety, of course.
Here we go. It's at the back of the brain.
It's coming. It's coming.
Dress up in the same outfit, like a wig and glasses and a fake mustache and a shirt and like the same outfit. One of them goes ahead of time and hides in the bathroom.
when they switch.
And they swap out.
Oh, yes.
So Lewis eats half of the cheeseburger and then goes in, and then he comes out and he's like, "Oh, I'm hungry." And they're like, "You're hungry still?"
6-ounce burger patties.
This is the Funky Fries.
Ooh.
I like
the Funky Burgers
I haven't
fries.
been there in a long time.
It's a quad burger.
easy.
No bread. It's just burgers.
4x4.
With
Two
two
fried-
fried macaroni and cheese patties.
Whoa.
2 orders of homemade mac on top of
Mixed
tater
in
tots.
with 2 orders of grilled chicken.
and grilled chicken. That sounds really good.
How long do you get? How long do you get on that one?
There
30
used-
minutes.
Oh, I
There
don't
used to
know.
be one at
Holy hell.
the Christian camp. We would take our middle schoolers to,
Uh-huh.
and it was 32 scoops of ice cream. This every
Yes.
flavor, and it was just this big mound, and you had I think you had 32 minutes to finish it. But the thing was, your whole cabin could do it. But it was just for bragging rights. It cost $60.
Oh.
You still had to buy it,
You
right?
still have to buy it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And every year, my girls were like, "We need to do it. We need to do it." And I would dish out $60 to buy this crap, and then I wouldn't eat it with them because the
Their grumpy
idea
little
of
hands in
middle
there.
schoolers licking a spoon and then shoving it back in, and I was like, no freaking
There's-
thanks.
They are
The
I was
deli
disgusting.
sushi and desserts have a monster roll challenge, and it's a 6-pound sushi roll, and you under 15 minutes.
Whoa. Oh my god.
Big,
That's
big A sushi roll.
How many slices of pizza is that?
in units.
6-pound sushi
Don't
roll?
you feel like
That's a
Don't
pound.
you-
Oh,
more
here's
than
the
pizza.
Here's the 2 pounds chips and peas. You get peas
Ew.
too at
Yeah,
Shakespeare's
see,
Pub.
There's always
Have
yeah.
to?
Whoa, at Shakespeare's Pub, of course you
Ugh.
get peas.
disgusting.
don't you feel like though pizza feels like a challenge you could do?
No,
Right, because it's slices. I feel the same about
slices
sushi
is
because
like,
it's just pieces.
Boom,
Just start
boom,
boom.
you know what I'm saying?
boom.
Because when I'm
Big
having
bowl
pizza,
of
I could
mashed
eat.
potatoes.
I could eat 4 or 5 pieces
Okay.
of pizza and not
You
even
think you can
realize
eat this
it.
whole
You
thing?
know what I'm saying?
For sure.
let's see it.
It's a 30-inch pizza.
Oh come on, we could do that.
I could eat that.
But here's the thing. Yeah, can you do it with a friend, or does it have to be just you?
Can I use performance enhancers?
Which would be what? Ozempic?
No.
Opposite. What's the
Big-
opposite of Ozempic that makes you more hungry?
Big bag of weed,
Munchies.
obviously.
Oh.
big
Oh, the
bag,
big bag
of
of weed.
weed.
Eat a whole pizza, and then eat another whole pizza. I feel.
Louis Shu hot pot. This is that one girl who does all
Question,
the.
what do you get
eating
for the pizza
challenges.
challenge? That's what I want to know.
You get your name on the wall and you get pizza for free.
I imagine it's free. Like if you don't do
But
it, you
it's
have
like-
to pay for it. But if you do it, it's free.
All right,
That
let's do
you're
it.
really risking that.
Yeah.
'Cause
Well,
that's
it depends
probably
on how much it is.
Probably
I don't know,
like a
things are
$75
so
pizza.
expensive now.
Everything's so expensive.
I'm done spending money ever again. I'm
Okay.
I'm actually going on a diet where I don't eat anything in hopes to never spend money again.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
gonna photosynthesize
Oh, okay.
until they start charging for that.
For the sun.
Yeah, because they will.
Hey, they paved paradise and put
I'll
up
tell you
a
what.
parking lot.
Have you seen all the stuff about people getting their real ID?
Yeah.
Because they've now been
No.
like, you have to get it or else.
Yeah, you've had like 3 years to do it.
I already got it. Thank you very much.
Okay. I thought you didn't have it. I thought you were saying
I
I'm
think
not
there-
getting it.
To be
No.
fair, I think even the audience would agree. there's about a 50-50 shot on whether or not you have your
You
real
do
ID.
give a vibe of not having a real ID.
The only reason I got it is because I lost my ID.
There you
So
go.
I
They
was
gave
like,
it to you.
I was like, I
There
might
it
as well
is.
just.
You didn't go get it. They gave it to you. They're
No,
like,
I had to
here's
go.
your real
I had to go
ID.
get my new picture.
Oh, how'd it go?
It was
How'd the
good.
picture turn out?
Good. My wallet's inside, but looks good.
I trust you.
Which is kind of sad to upgrade from the 15-year-old picture of me. I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
I
So sad.
botched my 15-year-old picture, but this real ID, I did pretty all right.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
When I was 15, I took my picture, but I like my chin is like up in the air, and it was kind of notorious because I was like, I don't know why I did it. Like I was like maybe adjusting my shirt or something.
And they're like,
This time I was like chin down,
chin down,
smile, soft smile,
Give 'em
Smile.
money.
nailed it.
Yeah.
But no, there have been like lines out the door. People have waited for like 8+ hours
Yeah.
to get their real ID.
Yeah, because they're stupid idiots.
I don't really get what it's about.
It's a travel.
Whoa.
They could have done it years
Whoa.
ago.
We are talking years at this point.
No, I remember. remember
being in
I
high
remember
school.
the last time I needed to get a replacement ID.
And to be fair, Annie, you're still very late to this. Like even getting your ID in the last couple of weeks, still very late to the whole
Whoa.
process.
When did you get the real ID? Because the
That's
deadline
true.
was
How
May
long
7th.
were you using your passport?
Okay, first of all, I was using my passport for a long time because
Oh, you lost my ID.
I lost my ID, so it was
Of
the only
course.
form of legal ID I had. I remember when I lived in Hawaii, I had someone stole my wallet and I had to get to replace my ID, and I waited for like hours in the DMV. And then like after I'd finished waiting for hours, I get to the line, I'm going to pay, and she's like, "Do you want to get your real ID?" And I go, "No." She's like, "It's just that line over there." Points to another line, but already been there for like 4 hours. I was like, "No, I want to pay for this and leave." And for years, I was like, I should have just gotten it then. I
You
was
already
already
waited
at the
in the
DMV.
line. Yeah.
But it was before they were like, you're going to have to get your... I was like, I don't give a crap about some freaking star bear on my
No,
ID.
It's not for clout. It's because they're like that's.
But this was before they explained, like, you're going to
they're
have
like,
to
oh,
get it.
you're not going to be able to go on an airplane.
It was the first time I ever heard of it. I was like, no, give me my ID and let me get out of here.
Yeah, you and everybody else.
I got it like a month ago.
That's good.
I think I waited like a normal DMV, like 2.5 hours. It wasn't
I
crazy.
distinctly remember last year they said, here's going to be the deadline. And then they extended it again. They were like, nah,
They extended it
next
like
year.
3 times.
Yes.
Because it first came out in like 2019.
And that's
you need
the-
a real ID, and then COVID
Yes.
hit, so they were like,
They're like,
extend,
never mind.
extend.
And that's the
I-
problem is we keep just letting Annie not get it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Here's
like,
my
it's
thing.
like a year goes
True.
by and then a year goes by and we're like, okay, but end of next year you really got to get it. And it's like, she's not going to get it until the deadline.
Yeah.
Which obviously I got it before the deadline.
Yeah,
Ha.
a month before.
Ha.
Not before the
Well-
original deadline.
I love that.
Whatever.
So there.
So there. All that to say, it kind of feels like a money grab.
Yeah, well,
They're like, everyone has to get their real ID. It's going to cost $60.
Michael
like,
Longfellow did a bit
what?
on Weekend Update a couple
I
weeks
remember
ago.
mine being free.
Yeah, it wasn't
No.
free.
I didn't pay
No.
$60.
No shot. It
No,
was
you
free.
No.
you definitely did.
You
nothing.
paid.
Nothing
For sure.
in the
You just did
government
it so
process
long ago.
is free.
It's
Oh,
like
you
girl
know
math.
what? Mine was at the same time that I had to renew my license
Yeah,
anyways.
so which was mine. I was getting
there
a
you go.
replacement anyway. So,
there
it was
wasn't,
like,
if I may, there was an extra cost.
yeah. So that for me, I was like, I'm paying $50 to get a new ID. I might as well get my real ID. But
Michael Longfellow was on SNL and he was like, I'm not getting the real ID. He's like, I'm not getting it. He's like, you're telling me the original ID you gave me is fake now? That's your problem. You got to fix that.
amen.
funny.
Amen.
I'm not getting
And
a
here's my
real
thing too,
ID.
is they're like, or you're going to have to get your passport. It's like, okay, so then the people who don't have their passport either has to apply and pay $120 for a passport,
Yeah.
or they have to go get this. And then there's some things where, watch it be like in 6 months, it's like, well, you need your passport card now.
Right.
So you actually have to upgrade your passport and get a passport card.
It's only if you wanted to leave the country. It's not like somebody's like knocking on your door going, where's your real ID? Like, obviously that's not happening.
Yet.
Yeah, well, fair.
Yet.
Fair.
Okay.
We did just lose a whole plane full of immigrants that we were deporting somewhere. Don't know where, but
We
everyone's
lost
like,
them?
oh no, we didn't lose them. The 4 of us didn't, but President Donald Trump lost them. And they're
What do you
like,
mean
where's
lost them?
They were like going to ship them again to like El Salvador or something. Lost the plane. It was like a Malaysia flight situation. Just
My gosh,
plane's
that
gone.
was Do you guys remember?
I don't know where it is.
Okay, so what I'm hearing is the pilot decided to make a decision.
To crash he lost
No,
them.
not to lose them.
No, what's more likely to happen is that they sent them to a prison camp or something, and they're like, "Where's the plane?" And Trump's like, "I don't know. I don't know where it is.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
We can't find them."
I don't know. I don't know what's better or worse. I mean, now our
Your
other
theory is they sent him to a prison camp.
Yeah, they're sending people to prison camps. What are you talking about?
Well, the conspiracy theory, Ryan loves a conspiracy, this being one of them, that Joe Biden was dying is unfortunately true.
Yeah. First of all, don't love that conspiracy theory. Was I pushing that one?
You were pushing
You were pushing it.
You were really pushing that one.
During his presidency?
Yeah, you kept on being like, he's dying, he's senile, I really want him to
definitely didn't say that. Definitely
he
didn't
kept
say
on
I
being
wish
like,
he died.
when's he gonna die? Just
He
die
did.
already. And we were all kind of like, wow, that's a lot, Ryan.
It's
But
like,
you were like, I love
dude.
this conspiracy theory. I hope he's dying.
It's a bad look because there was somebody published this like whole conspiracy theory book about him the same day that he was announced his diagnosis, which is probably to like combat that book. Because the whole book was like,
Oh my gosh.
he was
Conspiracy theory, he's
invalid
not
his whole
dying.
presidency. He shouldn't have been running our country. And then it's like, okay, yeah, I'm sick. He's got cancer.
Oh.
Yeah.
Stage 4 in the prostate.
Aggressive.
Pretty rough
Yeah.
in terms of where to get cancer.
Which, and I'm sure that, I'm sure they're just publicly making it known, but I'm sure that's probably why he stepped away from his bid.
Kind of rough statements coming from
He'd be dead by now.
when. What do
Hey,
you
Cara,
mean?
since when are you a cancer expert?
If it was stage
We
4
don't
back
know.
then,
Could have been stage 2.
The president gets the greatest care in all of.
No, we're saying right
United
now it's
States.
stage 4. Could have
Yeah.
been stage 1.
No, it was probably stage like 2 or 3.
I'm sure he's
Top
known
4
for a long
stages
time.
lifetime.
Oh my!
Also, who made the stages up?
Some medical
doctors.
professional. Yeah, doctors.
Kind of rough. What's his name? Hunter. No, not Hunter. What's Trump's kid's name?
Donald Trump Jr.
Donald Trump Jr. is like, that doesn't stop the fact that he was a horrible president. Tweeting out, he's like, cancer doesn't stop the fact that he was a bad president.
My favorite of his.
Jesus.
My favorite of his was. You're telling me Dr. Jill didn't catch this ahead of time?
I thought she was a doctor.
This sounds fake to me. I'm like,
What are you talking
Or
about?
doctorate in like education or
she's like,
something?
oh, yeah,
Yeah.
she's not a medical doctor. I don't
She's
think.
not. She's not like scrubbing in.
She's not
being
like doing a full physical
oh,
of
yeah.
her husband. What? Like wild. I'm like, some people need to stop
I fear
talking.
we've lost the plot a little bit in regards to like people being the president and what we're
Yes.
covering, what the government is covering up, and
I'm like, my
it's
thing
rough,
is,
right?
like, the only response to that news is like, I'm so sorry to hear about Joe.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, there's not another response of like, oh, well, that seems It's like,
Huh.
Well,
like,
oh,
how's he
you're
gonna
telling me
spin
you
this?
plotted
He's not in
cancer?
office.
what?
How's he gonna spin this one?
It's like he's retired.
Probably
effectively
by
retired.
maybe passing away. What do you mean?
Maybe
you mean?
dying? I don't know. Dying?
I think there's a good chance. Like I said, he's a former president. He's gonna have access to like the greatest care that America has to offer. You know?
Yeah, but it's hard to beat the big C.
Oh, man.
It's rough.
Well, yeah. It bites us all at some point.
But people do it. I mean,
But he's like 80. He's in his late 80s.
He's
Yeah.
lived a good life.
Yeah.
And not to say that that's like makes
Second oldest
cancer any
president.
less sad, but
No.
like, you're old.
okay.
You got your bid.
Here's Annie's official stance on
Cancer.
cancer regarding the president.
Thank you. Here are the stages of which cancer is sad.
Okay.
Anybody who's, under, like, I'm going to say 17 under, really, really sad. Super
you sure
sad.
you should keep talking?
Yeah. No. Let's
Yeah.
let her cook.
Super sad.
Yes. Okay.
Like in the middle, like middle age. So like I'm going to say 50, like 20 to 50, that range. Still sad. Sad. Too young.
Okay.
Just
You start getting
sad.
a little bit older.
Not very sad.
Not very sad, but
Just
sad.
sad.
You're like, oh my
Okay.
gosh, that
I'm just
sucks. I really
clarifying.
hope everything goes well. And you start getting older, and you're like, okay, that sucks. And then once you hit past like 80, it's like, okay, because you kind of know like
Is it
It's
like
kind
a-
of like yeah.
yeah.
It's like a
And-
lowercase.
And
sad.
I remember I had a lowercase sad.
Lowercase s.
Yeah.
Sad.
Sad, comma, and then you keep going. I That's so rough. I remember.
I'm just gonna say
I had a friend.
This had way too many stages. By the way, I think it's just kind of
I
two
just
stages.
first of all, sad no matter what.
Yeah.
But there's just different.
So just the
degrees.
one stage, really.
Yeah, but I remember, I was having a friend who had cancer, and then I was at lunch with like an aunt of mine, and her father also had cancer, and she had said this, and she was the first person I kind of realized, 'cause she was like talking about it. She goes, "Yeah, like it's sad that my dad's passing away." But it's not like heartbreaking the way it is that this 17-year-old kid is. She's like, my dad had a whole life, and he got to see all his kids like grow up, and he got to have grandkids and all this stuff.
Right.
And she's like, he had a great life, and he knows that.
Yeah,
And she's
absolutely.
like, it's like heartbreaking that this kid is going through that. And I was like, you know what, that's true. And so when I hear like older people with cancer, I'm like, you know what, it's sad that the family's going. I almost feel worse for the family going through it.
Yeah.
Because that's horrible.
There's a great joke on Dairy Girls where they're like, oh, yeah, this old nun passed away and she was 96.
Oh my gosh, yes.
And they're like, how did she die? Oh, like, it's a mystery. Like, I don't know. They're going to inspect it. Like, they think it might be foul play. She's like, foul play? What are you talking about? She was 96.
96.
Do you think that has anything to do with it? The fact she was 96 years old? They're like, it's a mystery. You know, the Lord works in mysterious ways.
I don't recognize the clip because it's not in the accent.
Oh yeah, if you could do it in the accent.
Dairy girls. It's a mystery. That got a little.
It got a little like
Middle Eastern-y.
Yeah. Oh, I was gonna say it felt a little Scottish.
From the Highlands. I feel like I can do Scottish, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Let me cook it up a little bit.
Okay.
That'll be post show.
So
That's
Joey
post show.
B's got the big C.
Joey B got the big C. Unfortunately, in his P stands for prostate. Prostate.
Yeah, I know, but that was good.
Prostate.
That rhymed. That's good.
Wow.
Yeah. So obviously we're a little young to start checking for prostate cancer. You're supposed to start checking at like 40. We're gonna be turning 29 this year.
Yeah, we are.
When do you start getting mammograms? Kara, I'm looking at you. I'm
soon as
assuming
possible.
Kind of the same, like 40.
Oh, here's my plan.
You wouldn't
Is
get
it
one
40?
if they offered it to you?
No,
Well,
I
you
think we
do
should
your own little breast exams by yourself.
Sure.
And then if you feel something, then they'll do it. But
I think
Heard.
that everyone should get a full body scan once a year.
that's a lot of radiation, and that's why they don't do that.
Wait.
I don't care.
Is a body scan an X-ray?
No,
that
like
what
an
how they do it?
MRI, like full.
It's
scan.
radiation.
Oh.
Sign me
Okay.
up. Because I'm sure, like they would catch
Oh,
so much
shoot.
more if they just did a full body scan.
Okay, but
How
you do
many-
a full body scan once a year, and then you get cancer at
I was
50.
gonna say, how many MRIs can you get to make sure you're healthy before one of
Oh my
them
gosh, let me Google
gives you
that.
cancer? There's got to be a sliding scale.
Hey Siri, how many
just
MRIs
looked up
are
when
unhealthy to get?
Do women start getting mammograms?
Yeah.
Just to fact check, and you do start getting them at 40, but women need to get them every 2 years after that until they're 74.
Yeah,
How often should you get a prostate? exam?
Especially if you have that gene.
I think it's like every 5 years or something.
Do men?
Hey, let's first of all,
Is a mammogram?
the FDA
Wait.
approved. Not that I really trust the FDA. They be approving things left and right, and now they're finally saying, "Fine, you can't have red 40." They're finally getting rid of it.
No, that was Robert F. Kennedy.
Well, I know, but he put his foot down. He said, "We're done with this."
Okay.
You know what?
Is a mammogram
big
way
MRI doesn't want you to know how bad it is
No,
for you.
of course not. Is big mammogram? How does that work? Is that way more uncomfortable than like
It's
a
long.
prostate exam?
I think it's longer than a prostate exam. They put
Okay.
they literally put your breast in, like they smash them.
It's like
and
your
then put
breasts are
them
getting
through
scanned.
an X-ray.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So not as bad as getting a finger in the hole, right?
I think it's more painful
All right.
because they literally, if you watch a mammogram, they literally squish your boobs to like.
Yeah, they like.
Oh,
Yeah,
like a panini
they
press.
crunch them.
Yeah, panini press.
They panini.
They panini press them.
Yeah, your prostate.
good. Yeah,
isn't
it's a
getting
panini
Your
panini
prostate-
pressed.
I mean, you're just getting a probing, but you guys are
So how often
getting a panini press.
are men supposed to get prostate exams? It doesn't give a general timeline. It just says it depends on your risks and your tests. So like after you get your initial one, they'll run some tests and they'll go like, you should probably come back when you're whatever.
I feel like
there's not a consistency necessarily.
How many years has this been around? Like they haven't come up with a better way to test your prostate other than putting a finger up your butt.
It. Well, yeah, you got to poke it. If there's a nodule in it.
Can't they tell if you have cancer based off of like your a blood draw? Like, can't they test your blood and see if you have
some
cancer?
degree, some cancers.
For breast cancer, there's now a gene that they found that's hereditary, and you're supposed to get tested to see if you have that gene.
Oh,
my gosh,
if like
I
in
need
your
to get
family
tested.
breast cancer is hereditary, which it a lot of times it is, you get tested for that gene. And if you do have that gene, honestly, that's when you have to get tests. And a lot of people will do what's it called?
A preventative.
Chop them off.
Yeah.
Preventative
Get a
mastectomy.
mastectomy.
Did you guys ever go to one of those heart scan things when you were in high school?
I went with you.
Yeah.
Wait, cute
There was this
No.
kid in San Diego that died of a heart attack at like 16.
Whoa.
What?
And apparently
We were in college.
high school. No, I went to a couple of them in high school too.
Oh,
My
I
mom
didn't.
was like really privy to this because heart problems are big in our family.
Mm-hmm.
There was this kid that died, and apparently, if you like check at a young age, you get an EKG when you're young. It's like they can prevent it and put in a stent and like do all this stuff to like stop you from, because apparently it's like a huge cause of death in young people. It's like heart attacks, which you wouldn't think is not
It's all the coffee we're drinking these days.
It's all that coffee, it's all that TikTok, all that
Oh, it's a
Fortnite.
freaking Celsius.
So this kid's family like built this foundation, and they offer free these events at high schools where you can get a free EKG. Like kids come and check for heart stuff. And
okay.
anyways, we went to a couple of them.
Was it clear for you?
Yeah, all good.
Oh, good.
All good.
I mean, that is crazy. Like you never know. I had a friend and we worked together, and he was in the Navy, and he was like training to be on submarines,
Mm-hmm.
and they did like a final physical, and they found he had a hole in his heart.
Wow.
And they had to honorably discharge him. They're like, yeah, you can't be in the Navy.
Sad.
He was like, wait, what? Like did all this stuff, was literally just doing like the final like check off to go and like work on the submarines. And they're like, yeah, sorry,
Hole in
you
the
can't be
heart.
here anymore.
Wow. But it sucks because it's like you want to check that stuff, but also I hate going to the doctor. How often are you supposed to go to the doctor? Yearly body scan you want me to get?
Maybe every 5 years. For $2,000, you can go to Turkey and get it done.
I think there's.
and they test literally everything. They do your
I
teeth,
think
they do your
there's
blood, they do
something-
everything.
They give
there's
you hair
something
plugs?
and not really knowing.
Turkey sandwich?
You know what I'm saying? Like
Ignorance is bliss,
If
you
we're
think?
getting a lot of tests done, I think you're gonna find things that
You're looking for
your
answers.
body might resolve for you automatically. You know what I'm saying?
Did you ever
Sure.
watch Adam Ruins Everything?
Seen it, yes.
It was like a TV show where he like kind of like pulled the veil behind
Love it.
these like concepts, and he had one about cancer, and he talked about how a lot of times they can't really know how fast cancer is going to grow. So they'll find cancer and they'll treat it all kind of the same, but there's some cancers where they'll find it and it could never progress. It could like be so slow growing that
Sure.
it will never kill you. Then there's cancers that it's like rapidly growing. But like the way he basically explained it, like they look at it like laterally,
Uh-huh.
and they can't really tell from that direction like how fast it is going to grow, which is kind of why it's always like the crapshoot of like being like, well, I don't know what my scans are saying, stuff like that. But it was so interesting. I was like, so even if I like, some people like could have cancer and it'll never kill them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's why the research is just it's just ongoing, because people are like, yeah, some people they die in like a week or whatever. Some people they die in a couple months. Some people they live their whole life. They battle cancer for 20 years. They're in and out of chemo, and
Yeah.
There's a lot of conspiracy theories around cancer research
yeah.
saying basically that like cancer is like a multi-billion-dollar industry.
Like,
And
even
that if
they-
you
even if
cure
they
it,
could
there
cure
goes all
it,
that money.
Yeah.
Like, are they actually trying to cure it? So many conspiracies
A lot of
about
conspiracy theories, I think, are rooted in like people
that. Who are angry.
who are angry, who are dealing with trauma, who are like, oh, well, this couldn't have possibly happened to my loved one, so it
Yeah.
must be a conspiracy.
I mean, think about
like they couldn't possibly have died that quickly, so there must be like everybody's in on it. It's like,
Yeah.
it's sad, really.
Think about how, like, I think about this all the time. We were freaking given lobotomies
Yeah.
like 60 years ago.
Ice pick in the brain.
Like literal lobotomies. That was our like, oh, your wife is hysterical, let's lobotomize her. Like that was a legit medical practice.
Yeah.
Not that long ago. Within our life, well, not within our lifetimes, but like within our parents' lifetimes.
Yep.
So I'm like, you know what? they're making this crap up as they go along.
And I just want to say, girls, I would never ask for you guys to be lobotomized.
I don't
Never.
believe that.
You know what? Hand to God. I will never lobotomize you.
I might lobotomize you.
Okay, that's fine. That's fair. Speaking of lobotomies, hey, you want to pay $4 a month to get a little bit more of this? Head on down to the link to our Patreon, folks. For just $4 a month, you can get access to all of the extra What the Podcast content. What does that include? The post show, another episode of the podcast every week that we make. That's right. Behind the scenes content. I'm talking, get the nitty gritty. See how the sausage gets made here at What the Podcast. Guys, every dollar you send towards that Patreon helps us keep the lights on around here and helps us keep making more content. We thank you so much. Sign up below in the bio.
Wow, that was a good one.
That was pretty all right.
Good
huh?
read.
I'm getting better at my reads.
Amazing.
But really, thank you guys for watching the show. If you made it this far, we love you. Truly.
Love ya. Truly.
Couldn't get enough of you. John, any last words?
Nothing.
Cara, Annie? Guys, thanks for being here again. Episode 235. What?
Yeah.
Closing in on episode 250, 5 years, if you can believe it. You're going to do something special for that?
No.
Yeah. We probably will. We'll say we will.
Big blowout. Big blowout celebration.
Classic.
On the couch, as always, Cara Tafolla, Annie the Skovmand. I'm Ryan.
I'm John.
And we'll see you next week on
On
What
What
the
the
Podcast?
235.
Classic podcast, 4 friends hanging out. One of them's got JFK behind her.
John has a bunch of other podcasts he's on now. He's going to start forgetting
That's
us.
not
Yeah, go check out the Busybodies or what?
Busybodies. Exactly. You got it right.
The B-Boys.
Like the Buddy Boys.
It's upsetting.
Find out.
Little bitch boys.